by the power of Grayskull.
Come on, if you are of a certain vintage, 2 shots in the air. Here's a blast from the past for you. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe hit television screens in 1983 to battle the evil Skeletor and sell a lot of toys. Now He-Man is back with a new movie out in theaters. Except this time, it's no cartoon. It's a live-action flick starring Alison, Brie, Jared Leto, and a talking cat. CBC's Eli Glasner has decided to take a look at this movie last night, and I bet you he had a great time. By the power of Grayskull.
He wanted to have a great time. That's how they seduced me. They got me with the nostalgia again.
Yep.
But it is an amazing time in Hollywood right now because, yes, you can go back into your toy box. You can reach for your He-Man action figure. Look at what's happening at the box office right now. Right now, Star Wars is in 3rd place behind Obsession and Backrooms. So we have an entire new generation of young filmmakers who are building followings on YouTube, like this smash hit that is still going and the other film Obsessions. And so it's almost like we have this new independent film movement with people telling gasp original stories, and then what comes along to drag us into the past again? Masters of the Universe. It was a cartoon, then it was a movie, now it's a movie again. And I will tell you, the opening moments of this film actually said everything to me. It opens with the MGM logo, you know, the lion. Above the lion is a Latin crest. And if you translate it, it actually says art for art's sake. And you know what followed after art for art's sake? That's why we're all here.
Right.
Bong, the Mattel logo.
Oh, God.
Because this is a movie based on a cartoon. And ladies and gentlemen, the cartoon did not come first. The cartoon was made to, let's take a look at the toys, to sell you toys. And the He-Man action figures were the most basic of basic toys. They had Ram Man. He rams things. That is Clawphil. He has a claw. There's He-Man. He forgot to wear a shirt. There is Fisto. There is Skeletor, who is a skeleton with an evil skull on the top. So
is that Mr. T?
That is not Mr.
Oh, okay.
T. That is Jiu-Jitsu. Don't ask me why. That is the name of that figure. But those are, and actually we should show the most prized possession, the battle damage He-Man action figure. So this one, if you have the picture, his armor,
oh yeah,
you push it and then it looks dented. So there you go. Sadly, I don't want to spoil my review, but that figure may be more sophisticated than this film. But that is where this movie comes from. That is what they're trying to reanimate.
Okay, I will say, because you mentioned Backrooms, I just saw that yesterday, and it's weird, and I don't get it, but I went to see it because it's something different. This is not necessarily something different, and they're trying to like build up on the past, and they've given him He-Man his own origin story. So what's the story? All
right, so let's take a look at the trailer and let me try and make this make sense. So Adam is the prince, or was the prince of Eternia, which was kind of like Dungeons and Dragons meets Star Wars meets something that looks like an Iron Maiden cover. There is Eternia. So he grows up, he's a little boy, he's kind of weak, he's not the biggest guy, his king wants him to be stronger, wants him to be He-Man. There he is running away, goes to Earth, where now he's lost his power sword. He's actually working in HR, in conflict resolution, but he dreams of medieval weapons, which is not a good thing for a guy who works in HR. He gets the sword, gets back to Eternia. There's the sword. You saw Idris Elba just briefly. There's Trapjaw and Skeletor. So we get back to this amazing magical land, and the question is, can he become the He-Man he was meant to be and save the day and all of that?
Okay. So Hollywood's going back to the toy box. They are going back to nostalgia, our inspiration, tugging on our childhood heartstrings. And it's a hero looking for that sword and his mojo.
Yeah.
Does it work?
No, because this movie doesn't know what it wants to be. Kind of like Adam, who becomes He-Man himself. It has lovingly recreated those action figures. It has people like Idris Elba, who does a decent enough job being Man-at-Arms, who's kind of the weapons guy. It has the voice of Kristen Wiig as a robot. It has Nicholas Galitzine, who's one of the new kind of Hollywood hunks, as Adam, who becomes He-Man. And they're trying mightily to bring these characters to life, but it doesn't know what it wants to do. It's trying to do the Barbie thing. It's trying to kind of do a playful version, and Barbie was kind of asking questions about women's place in society, and Adam is asking questions about what it means to be a man and toxic masculinity, but it's not smart enough, it's not sharp enough, and it doesn't know whether to make fun of these ridiculous villains and figures or actually like treat them earnestly, and so it tries to do both, like this villainous moment. Take a look.
Natalia shall witness mine eyes. That's it. I finished.
Of course, my lord.
When I raise my fist like that, I'm done.
Yes.
That is the crescendo.
No for the future, my lord.
That is Alison Brie as Evelyn and Jared Leto as, I guess, the voice of Skeletor. And you see, they're trying to do this thing where, like, yes, I'm villainous, but it's also kind of awkwardly funny, but it's really just awkward. Yeah. That's how it lands. Now, let's take a look at Adam as he becomes He-Man. He's got the look. How comfortable does he feel?
Your loincloth is in my... Sorry.
Fine.
So, how does it feel to be the mighty warrior?
All things considered, I feel pretty great. Not quite sure what happened to my shirt, though. Where are my pants? Do those come back, or I have to buy a new pair every time?
So Natasha is making the cringe face, and that is entirely appropriate. And you see what they're trying to do there. Galitzine is trying to be this kind of lovable doofus, almost like a young Keanu Reeves. But, you know, I think the best thing that's happened to me today talking about this film was actually in the makeup room, where someone heard, they're making a He-Man movie? And yeah, is it a cartoon? No. Why? Like, who is this movie for? It can't be for people my age, because it's not smart enough or campy enough for people who remember this from 4 decades ago. And 12-year-olds know more about Pokemon than Ram Man and Trap Jar and all the rest. And so it's kind of just in that muddled middle, appropriate for my score. Let's take a look.
Here we go, here we go.
There you go. A generous 2.5 stars out of 5. Some toys should stay in the box.
I didn't think you'd give it the 2.5. Maybe She-Ra will be better.
We can only hope.
Yeah, keep the dream alive. By the power of CBC, Eli Glasner.